Eilif, Lindblom, Monza, Chartier, Kinmark. There are so many talents that are going to try and ruin the party in this final race of the day. It's going to be a really exciting battle for all of the contenders. So we're going to see some really exciting maneuvers and some really exciting battles to come, I'm sure, in this last race of the day. For the juniors, there will be one more to come after that. But what a sensational display the drivers have given us so far. The qualifying heat will get underway then for groups B versus C. And so we continue this battle. Is it going to be a pole position for Alexander Bondarev, or is it going to be a pole position for Nicholas Schaufler? Well, it's guaranteed to be a pole position of some kind for Bondarev, no matter where he finishes in this one, because he's outscored everybody else. So he can get the job done. Other than Dries van Langendonk, actually. Van Langendonk can take it away from him, so let's see how it all plays out. Dries van Langendonk and Alexander Bondarev from Jacopo Martinez and Jack Eilif, then Scott Lindblom and Tiziano Monza, Alex Chartier and Oliver Kinmark. The watch as they come out of the tram lines. They will charge to the first corner. Ready, wait for it. Let's race! Good start from Van Langendonk. Perfect run to the first corner. No problems at all for Martinez. He gets into second position as well. A good run from the Italian into the first couple of corners. Bondarev third. Fourth position is Lindblom. Fifth place, that looks like Jack Eilif to me. And there's a problem there for Ethan Lennon. The South African has been spat out to the scenery. So Lennon is out of the race at turn 2 as the rest of the drivers squabble their way through these corners, trying to make the best of it. But Ethan Lennon is the first retirement up the inside. Martinez and Bondarev both get through on Dries van Langendonk. So Martinez is your race leader. Bondarev in second. Then Dries van Langendonk in the Forza Racing Expert up the inside of Bondarev. He gets back in his second position. So now we've got a real race on our hands here, as Dries van Langendonk and Alexander Bondarev are going wheel to wheel, battling for the victory. This is fantastic. Bondarev has 4 wins out of 4. Van Langendonk has 3 wins and a second. If he can beat Bondarev in a straight fight, that really takes things into a very exciting mode tomorrow. Van Langendonk, second position behind Martinez, battling on the inside. There goes Bondarev, and Lindblom takes on Van Langendonk. It's really cost the Belgian big time. Dries van Langendonk has lost about 6 places. That could not have gone worse for the Forza driver, as Bondarev makes his bid. Eilif gets through as well into third. Up to fourth comes Tiziano Monza. Game on!
Certainly is game on then for these drivers, but here we go then. It's all starting to kick off, and they've only really completed 1.5 laps. Certainly a very interesting start to this race, but the rest of the field now dance their way round the final corner. Bit of smoke going up, and there's a spin in that midfield. Who is it? It's the 74. It is the 74 that's gone round. That is Luca Horton, the Forza Racing driver, who has been spat out the order, and he is not happy whatsoever. And he will have to watch this one from the sidelines, and he is absolutely devastated as he makes his way into Marshall Pope 8 out on circuit. His race is over, but Martinez leads the way in this race. Bondarev wanting to chase those maximum points right now in this position. Bondarev would be leading the points by 9 points in total from Nicholas Schaufler. And remember, Nicholas was hoping that, well, not hoping at all, but hoping that he could get that pole position. And right now he's making it very difficult for him, because Bondarev dives down the inside of Martinez and he retakes this lead. And so far, that would mean he would get the maximum points if he can finish the race in this order. But so far, it is not going his way just yet, as Scott Lindblom dives it down the inside of the number 82 of Tiziano Monza. And Monza loses out on not 1, not 2, but 3. Yes, 3 positions there, as he gets absolutely pinned there. I think that was Arthur Braun that went down the inside there. Jörg Bokula sets the fastest lap of the race, 49.595. But certainly very close racing.
It was Sun Xiao Yu that got the opportunity there on Tiziano Monza, actually, and then Bataro managing to come through to challenge Monza for 8th position. And then we have Karar Firhand, the Indonesian, battling away with Alex Chartier for the 10th position. So big battles already in this one. Drivers definitely racing with their elbows a lot more than they have over the course of the day, knowing that maybe they'll get a chance to go onto a pair of fresh tyres in the morning when they go into the when they go into the superheat. They might get an opportunity, but certainly Bondarev leading. Apparently Vivek Kanthan is leading the way. He isn't quite yet. Kanthan is currently running in what position? Vivek Kanthan, the Paralin. He's there or thereabouts. He's certainly 15. He's knocking on the door of the top 10, but he's not quite in the lead of the race just yet. The transponder's having a bit of a hiccup there. But Bondarev is the fastest man on track at 49.5. Who's that up the inside for fifth? Is that Van Langendonk? It is. He gets through on Scott Lindblom. So he manages to get the move there on the Swede. Up into 7th position has come Xinjiao Yu. And then we have Monza, Bataro, Chartier, Verhand, Marty, Braun, Ortuela, and Vivek Kanthan.
Solid drive then from the entirety of the field. They seem to have sorted themselves out now as we go on to half race distance now. 5 laps completed. We go on to lap 6. No changes within the top section. The only change was Dries Van Langendonk getting past Scott Lindblom for P5. It's the only change in the top section. Eyes on this too here. Kinmark on Jack Iliff. As Bondarev sets the fastest lap of the race, he is extending his lead now to around 0.6 of a second.
Van Langendonk really needs to make up more places than this. 5th position will do, but he's currently 5 points back from Nicolas Schaufler. He could really do with making his way through the next couple of carts to book himself a place on the front of the grid of the second superheat. It looks as though Bondarev has got it done with 5 out of 5, the same way Luigi Coluccio did, but it's not game over for Dries Van Langendonk by a long stretch. If he can get past the 2 carts in front of him, first Oliver Kinmark, then Jack Iliff, it can be Dries Van Langendonk who gets pole position for the second superheat tomorrow. He needs to do the homework though. Scott Lindblom having lost out to Xinjiao Yu. And then Tiziano Monza in 8th position working his craft. Davide Bataro is 9th from Chartier, Verhand, Marty, Kanthan up to 13th now from Braun and Mins. And we've got yellow flags. We've had an off at turn 2. Somebody's gone clean off there. It's one of the... I think it's one of the Car Republics. I think it might be Karar Verhand.
I think he is. He's tumbling down the order.
So yeah, the Indonesian Karar Verhand. He's gone in there. That's very unfortunate for Verhand. So I'm afraid he is out of the race then, having pitched it off at turn 2. So Karar Verhand, the Indonesian, very unhappy indeed with that one. So that's pretty much game over. At least he's able to walk away, though. That's the one thing you can say positive. Dries Van Langendonk, by the way, has managed to get past Oliver Kinmark. Next target, Jack Iliff. Go get him.
Let's see what he can do. Here they're going through turn number 1, and Iliff still leading this trio. Van Langendonk in the middle of it. If he's going to go for the move, it'll be very, very soon. Sun Jiao Yu actually receiving a warning flag there. The number 40, who is somewhat further down the order. At P10 for him. He will not be happy with that one. No moves in towards the turn 8 air hairpin. He just stays behind. Van Langendonk thinking at this point right now is, do I get this one more position? What will the difference be with this one more position? He's only 3 points behind. Will that be enough? I don't think it will. He will need another one if he tries to get this one. And right now, he is nowhere near close enough to get that one completed. So I've just got a feeling here that Van Langendonk might just settle here for P4. But when have you ever heard a racing driver not going for a move? I've never heard of that. So I suspect we are going to see a move. Just when will it be?
It'll be pretty tricky, that's for sure. And it's all going to be about timing. Bondarev, another fastest lap, 49.3 out in front of Martinez. But this trio is intoxicating to watch. Iliff, Van Langendonk, Kinmark, they all want a piece of this at the closing stages. Lindblom, Monza and Chartier are not far away either. But there is going to be a bit of a duel here as Dries Van Langendonk has got through past Jack Iliff into 3rd position. Now we're going to see what difference that has made to the point scores. But that's definitely good on the cards for Dries Van Langendonk.
Yeah, very good there. And, well, what will that mean for the intermediate classifications? Because here comes your race leaders across the line on the last lap. Bondarev and Martinez. And the points update.
All square.
Squared away. And that would keep Van Langendonk in 3rd because he was out-qualified by Nicolas Schaufler.
And there's another warning flag going to Hugo Marti. Unfortunately, that comes with a 5-second penalty in Champions of the Future. So the warning flag and the 5-second penalty going the Spaniards' way. Very unfortunate. But it doesn't matter that Dries Van Langendonk has worked his way to 3rd position. He's done the best he can, but he'll have to settle for the front row of the grid rather than the pole position for the Superheats tomorrow because he's going to tie with points with Nicolas Schaufler. But because Schaufler was outright pole position, he will take the pole position in the second Superheat. The man who gets it done in the first one, however, tomorrow is going to be the man who has gone from top of his group in qualifying to 5 qualifying heat wins. The Phoenix continues his rise from the flames, and Alexander Bondarev doing a great job again here in Cremona. This time, he has put it together in Champions of the Future. This was the campaign that's always been his Achilles heel in 2023. Not this time. In Cremona, he has made it from 1st in the group to 5 qualifying heat wins, the same as Luigi Coluccio in the OK category. What a masterclass drive. Martinez in a brilliant second place, though, really hustling him all the way to the line. And in third position, Dries van Langendonk. The pole position for the second superheat will go the way of the Austrian mouse, Niklas Schaufler. But there is Alexander Bondarev, confirmation. 5 wins, pole position for the superheat tomorrow. What an opportunity for the young man from Ukraine. His mates call him Sasha. His fans around the world call him the Phoenix. But Alexander Bondarev has got himself into a great position. What a chance. What an opportunity. 5 from 5 for the young man from Ukraine. Qualifying heats for Alexander Bondarev, and he has won all 5 of them. It certainly didn't look like it was going to go that way at the start, did it? Dries van Langendonk holding the lead right from the start. Bondarev dropping to third, just keeping it nice and tidy on the first lap. This is where he's really good at sort of reading the situation. Sadly, Ethan Lennon was straight off to the scenery. And that's game over for the South African. What a shame. Hopefully he'll make it through to the superheats, but it is going to be tough. Then a big lunge forward as first Martinez and then Van Langendonk get the move on Bondarev. Bondarev then skates through. This is where there was a little bit of banging of wheels between Lindblom and Van Langendonk, and that really cost the Belgian dear. He dropped back about 6 places, so he spent the rest of the race having to work his way forward. Then Bondarev getting his move on Martinez. That was pretty much the race sewn up from there. But Lindblom battling his way side by side with Tiziano Monza through the first corner. That was brave from Lindblom. Monza quite determined to make sure he wasn't going to let too many people get through. But he had to back down when Dries van Langendonk found his way through on the inside line. Good cover and defence from Monza, though. But once again, the opportunity knocking for another driver to just nudge the way through on the inside line. I think it was Davide Bataro. And then the 61 of COF IV, the Indonesian, pitching it off at turn 2. Big dive up the inside from Van Langendonk as he first got his move on Kinmark and then decided to take up behind the American Jack Iliff and then managed to get himself into third position. But out front, invincible. The Phoenix is absolutely in dominant form here at Cremona. Bondarev makes it 5 out of 5. What a performance. There's more to come from him tomorrow for sure.
Much, Jake. Yes, down here. Well, we just spoke to you earlier on, Alexander, but we're speaking to you again because another 5 for 5 solid weekend. Perfect points. I mean, how are you feeling after that?
Yeah, it feels good after the start. I drove back to P3, but I managed to get into the lead and, yeah, pull away. So, yeah, I'm very happy with the speed we have this weekend. And, yeah, I'll try to carry it on to tomorrow.
Again, like we said, tomorrow is another day. Plenty to happen. Let's talk a little bit about what your plan is for tomorrow, because obviously, starting on pole in the Super A, obviously your plan is to lead that race, come first, and end the final and top as well. But how do you feel? Is that going to be the case? How are you feeling? Is it everything still working well?
Yeah, I feel like we have the confidence. We had the speed the whole weekend, so I think we won't have a problem with speed tomorrow. The only thing would be to manage the race and get a good pace throughout. But yeah, I think we have good confidence for tomorrow.
It will be good, won't it? Well, we'll let you rest up and get yourself ready for tomorrow. There you go. Look, breathe the sweat away. That's real athlete sweat, that is. That athlete sweat. Mate, congratulations. Well done. 5 for 5. Solid effort.
Thank you.
Excellent to Alexander Bondarev there. Brilliant race weekend for him. Only one more race to go. We know who's going to be starting on pole. Who's going to be starting on pole in the B final? Let's find out. One more race to go. Back to you, Jake.
Thanks,